Alright, I have a lot to get through here, so we'll start off with the pickups. Picked up 4 things today. Picked up a copy of Mr. Holland's Opus for 25 cents on VCR tape. My friend was an extra in this movie. Maybe I should get him to autograph it. I don't know. So there's that one. Nothing big there. Picked up Alan and Naomi. And this is essentially a feature film for families. This one is not, but the copies you will find are usually that one. It has no value. About $5 on eBay. Not sold. Same thing with Mr. Holland's Opus. Then I picked up a couple books here. They're usually in the $5 category, but people are asking $15, $20, and upwards of $30 for this because they've never seen it before. Maybe they had to pay $5 at a real bookstore. But Children of the Void by William Dexter is a creepy, space, I don't know what you call it, a vampire, and the people in the spaceship down there, and I think that's a cool cover there. And The Thousand-Headed Man of Doc Savage. These Doc Savage books used to be very, very popular there, and it is probably about $4 to my good if I sell them, and essentially I paid 25 cents a piece for those. Very, very long night last night, so I got some card shopping done, which is something I don't do very often anymore. But I wanted to show you this here. I was trying to download a screen capture program, which I used on this old computer here, but it was trying to give me viruses. It was doing all kinds of weird things. I was getting pop-ups on the screen, which I was able to remove or delete, but it just kept on, those pop-ups where you delete them and they come back, and they keep coming back and there's nothing you can do about it. And you can't click out of it. It just come back. It's one of those things. And it was a once a trusted program, but now it just is. I think the powers that be have basically wrecked it. And then there was another one that people supposedly were recommending there, but it just totally creeped me out. It was really hard to use it after I finally got it on the computer, and then I had to delete it because it did one thing here which I don't approve of here. My laptop has a little camera on the top of it. You can't see it. It reminds me of Meta glasses or whatever, and I never use it for recording, but I never thought it would be used to record me. So there's kind of a screenshot of me staring into the computer screen last night trying to get the program set up there or whatever. So they were using that in the corner of the program there, and I thought that was highly inappropriate. There's another image of of me kind of looking into the screen there, and I thought that was very, very, I don't know what they would do with that, but it's very privacy type of thing and very spooky to see yourself. That I didn't take a picture. I didn't allow any pictures to be taken as far as I know. Maybe in the installation process we allow pictures taken of you or whatever like that, but I'm glad it was just that and that, but I was just like, wow, this is really creepy, so I deleted it. Never mind that when I tried to use the controls there, the screen that I wanted was paused, so I always have to hit the playback buttons on whatever I'm trying to record, because I can't just blindly be at the record spot wherever and just chance upon the right spot of the thing that I want to record. But it was end up blocking the little box, and things were blocking my, so I said, I can't use this. I want to go back to the old one, which was on this old computer, and I can't get that. So frustrating, because I found a way to upload a couple of things without having to do any other kind of editing, and some clips that YouTube needs, but I don't know how to get that to them now. So that's one kept me up until 2 o'clock last night. But I did some card shopping very quickly here. We'll try to get done with this very, very quickly. We got a big event coming up next weekend. I'm trying to save up my energy for that one there, but my Dallas set, which is one of the most frustrating sets ever. So if you didn't know, you can easily buy a set of Dallas trading cards on eBay for it used to be $10. I don't know what it is. Probably closer to $20 or $30 because people just don't have a brain. But otherwise, you're paying $1 a card. So, like, I don't want to buy 55 or 60 cards. That's like 60 plus bucks, and that's what sometimes people will be asking for because $1 a card. But again, a lot of these things are still in pack form. They're very pack fresh, but pack fresh does not mean anything because they're not fresh packs. So, card number 16 has got the gum that bled through it and and deceased the entire card. You know, it unalived that card or whatever you want to call it. And then number 17 is missing because I sent a bunch of cards to an actress, and a year later they still haven't come back. They could come back, but I doubt that they will ever come back. So that I'm missing some more cards. But you can get a set for around, or could get a set around for $10, and then you said, okay, I'm all done. And that's what I thought. I was all done. I got rid of the worst condition cards, kept the best ones, and found out I was not done because there's a red puzzle and a blue puzzle. And I don't know if I have any of the blue borders here to show you, but there's one on the top there. A blue border card there. I have a bunch on the way, but I see I was missing 38 cards from the secondary set because I had some extras and ones that I also wanted to have actors and actresses autograph for me. So I tried to get all the Steve Canale cards I can get, and he has probably approximately 10 cards, 5 on the one puzzle and 5 on the other puzzle. So I'm looking for another 4 or 5 more cards, and I got a couple of those, but I still don't have all of them. You say, well, if he's a good signer, just go to eBay. But then people are asking $30, $40, $50, $100 for some of these easy signers. And why should they? I don't know. It seems like, you know, every turn, and again, you want to be very careful that they're actually being signed by that particular person, so I don't always trust the eBay sellers. But it's nice to have these things because every other person in the set is no longer signing, or very, very impossible to get. I can't get Patrick Duffy because he signs at events, and if he's not coming to an event in small town Oregon, well, there ain't no way I'm going to go see him, if that makes sense. It's like I'm not going to go to, you know, like Dallas, or I'm going to go to, you know, Chicago or LA to go see Patrick Duffy. I mean, and have him and spend like $40 per card because he's probably got 20 cards in the set. That could be like, you know, half a grand or something like that to get all of his autographs done, or maybe even more than that. I really don't know. Maybe way more than that. I really don't know. And then you know, the outweigh of that, you know, because he's, you know, there's the back of him in this card here with JR. There's no way I can get Jock Ewing and JR. No way. And so the JR cards, so there's no way you can finish them, so why even, I mean, I guess you could get as close as humanly possible and see if anybody has, but there's always autographs of these Dallas people, but not always in card form, if that makes sense. So it's really frustrating. You know, I mean, some of these people are now asking upwards of $75 to $100 a card, and $100 to somebody who just, you know, basically trades baseball cards all day and all day long, you know, it's no big deal to them. But when I'm only able to buy, you know, 8 cards to work on this set here, which I'll still be missing 27 more cards. 27 cards might as well be 100. You know, if I was lucky and was able to have a set, again, nobody sells a complete set on eBay with a collated complete set. You know, you would think that the blue borders match the red borders, and the red border, that has nothing to do with anything. Nothing. Has nothing to do with anything. And if it does, well, I'll be, you know, whatever. I'll be called out or something like that. That's all I have there. So there is that one. One more thing to show before I forget. I picked up some CDs which I don't have, and so those basically just have to go away. It's a loss. You can't recoup your money on everything. I bought them to enjoy, and enjoy them I did not. But I found this John McCutcheon baseball card there, and I guess his claim to fame is being a folk singer, and he was the first on May 6, 2001, John performed the first ever concert at the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York. So found that with his CDs, did not buy the CDs because they were incomplete, but a bent up card nonetheless that probably not very many people have. Hope everybody enjoyed that, and thank you for watching.